Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Laddi Fathiya from 87 High School. As the first speaker of proposition, will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Today's motion debate is this House, as parents of working class families, would allocate most of their money to support the most talented child in the family. I will start my arguments by definition of working class families. Working class families is type of family that earn less than other family. They work harder in order to support their family, and oftentimes they need more than one job for living. In order to support basic needs, they need to work harder, and more often than not, education, which is one of the human basic needs and essentials, is a precious thing for family that comes from working class. The situation will get much worse if the family has more than 2 children, because that means there are more family members to support or provide. And for this motion, as the proposition side, we stated that we don't actually only support one child. We support our children's talent, each of them. But because we came from working class, we only can focused on one child. So in reality, we often see this phenomenon where working class families that has more than one children struggle for their children's needs, including education. If we took example in Indonesia, there are in fact more working class families than the families that came from the upper class. So in our perspective, we believe that the reason why this motion is debatable because there are some kind of dilemma. Should parents from working class allocate most of their money to support their most talented child? And we, as the proposition side, and as the parents from working families, will stated that yes, we would allocate most of our money to support our most talented child. And here are 3 points to strengthen my points. First, as parents from working class families, we don't have much time and money to support needs for the talent of each family member equally. So we don't actually say we only support one child, or we don't actually say that we only support one child, but we support all of our children's talent. But because we are from the working class family, so we only can focus on one child. It is inevitable because they work hard to support the family, and as I mentioned before, families from working class or from lower class will more likely have more than one job, so they lack of time for their children. They also need to support their family for basic needs such as groceries, clothes, and shelters. And having more than one children means that you need to provide more. And families from working families will most likely to have more children than the upper child, from more children than the upper class. And we see this as a phenomenon. We see this in our society where the lower class family will most likely have more children than family from the upper class. And second, talented child is a blessing. Parents from working class families does not guarantee that they have broader knowledge about talent or education, and because of that, their children can be potentially lacking information too about activities that can nurture talent or information about education, such as student exchange, because not all of the families from working class families has the access for information about talent or education, and they don't have the access to facilitate their children with these kind of things. So having talented child is a blessing because in our perspective, they might lack information about this. And the third one, obviously, because child from working class families that had been nurtured talent from they were little, they can support their family economy when they grow up. So because they they nurture talent, they have more education, like the education is better than their rest of family members, so they have access to a better education, and they also have access to have a better knowledge about money, how they spend money, how you can invest. So not only this child have a better life than their other family members, but this child can also support his or their family to have a better economy, better economy. So from arguments that I've stated, which are: first, they don't have much money and time to support the needs for the talent of each family member equally. And the second one is talented child is a blessing. And the third one is because nurtured talent child can support their parents' economy in the future. So from those arguments above, we as the proposition side stated that we believe that we have won the debate. And thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.